Hello and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and yeah, we are in severe weather season now. I'm recording this Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon, and we all know about the threat for severe weather. I really think that the worst of tonight's severe weather will be in far northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, something to keep an eye on. But what you're probably seeing a lot right now on social media, and this is what the focus of this is going to be, about all the different risks. And now there's just so many. I see what this is all emanating from the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, and what they're trying to do is to communicate the threat level of these thunderstorm episodes. They're trying to more effectively communicate it. But in my opinion, when you go from having 3 categories now to 6 categories, I think you are making it more complicated than it needs to be. I just don't understand. I think the old system was a lot better. And I've talked to Ned, Barry, and Melinda, and we all kind of agree we're going to stick with the slight, moderate, high, because that's what we have gone with and used over the years, and it has worked out quite well. And just to show you what they're doing here, you have general thunderstorms, which are very common. You're run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. That's one threat level. Then you have a marginal risk, which are also just common thunderstorms. It could be close to severe. And in the olden days, just last year, this used to be C-Tech. So when you see a marginal risk out, all that is saying, hey, we got some thunderstorms. They could be strong. It's the equivalent to if you go to the Storm Prediction Center website and it's as a C-text. That's the equivalent of the new marginal risk. Then you have the slight risk. This is where, at Channel 7, where we start saying, hey, we need to pay attention. These are common. It says here somewhat common, but these are very common in Arkansas in the spring especially. And there could be scattered severe thunderstorms. And then they added another area, which is between the slight and the moderate, okay? Before, and what we're doing now at Channel 7, you jump from slight to moderate. Now they've got a little area in between where it's not quite moderate risk, but it's going to be a little bit more coverage than the slight risk. So we're saying numerous severe thunderstorms possible. Then we know moderate risk, and then we know high risk, and we're keeping with those. Those are unchanged. And let me just kind of show you graphically here the old method of doing it. And they say old, but I'm still sticking with this. And like I said, keep it simple, in my opinion. This is great. What the Storm Prediction Center is great for weather geeks like me, yeah. But I think we're making it a little bit more too difficult than it needs to be. C-text is the old method. Now that's just marginal. And that's your run-in-the-mill thunderstorms that we get all the time. Now the slight risk, the new method, what they're doing is they're splitting it into 2 different categories. The old slight risk, that's the same, but then they got that little area that's a little bit more than slight, but not quite moderate risk. And then you have the moderate and high, and those are unchanged. So this is what the new would look like, and this is an example from last April, not last April. This is an example from April 27th of 2011. You see, you got your marginal, you got your general thunderstorms, your marginal, you got your slight, you got your enhanced, you got your moderate, you got your high. I mean, there's so many different levels here. You see here at the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got thunderstorms, just general thunderstorms. You got a marginal, then you got slight, enhanced, moderate, and high. And this is the old way of doing it. I just think that the green area is just your general run-in-the-mill thunderstorms. Then you start getting into the area where there's the severity of it. And just to read you some text here from the Storm Prediction Center here, the thunderstorm area encloses where a 10% or higher probability of thunderstorms is forecast during a valid period. All right, so a marginal risk, let me go back here. So marginal, the new method, a marginal risk, which is dark green, area includes severe thunderstorms of either limited organization and longevity or very low coverage and marginal intensity. Okay, so that's your marginal. Now let's go to slight. Risk area implies organized severe thunderstorms are expected, but usually low coverage with varying levels of intensity. All right, so now let's go to the enhanced area. And that area depicts a greater concentration of organized severe thunderstorms with varying levels of intensity. And then for moderate risk, we know it implies the potential for widespread severe thunderstorms with several tornadoes and or numerous severe thunderstorms, some of which may be intense. And then you have the high risk, which is area suggests a severe weather outbreak is expected from either numerous intense and long-track tornadoes or a long-lived derecho system with hurricane force wind gusts producing widespread damage. So they've split it up. There's more categories. So just, we're not doing this We're not doing this here. We're not doing this here. Channel 7, slight, moderate, high. I've never had any complaints before about the old RISC system. It was very effective, at least for us here in Arkansas. But if you are a weather geek or you want to see it, the Storm Prediction Center does do this now. I'm not knocking it. I think they do a great job. I think it is helpful. It is very helpful. But for television purposes, we're going to stick with slight, moderate, and high for now. Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.